Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday, happy Monday. It's your boy Jumpman Jones. You're now live inside another episode of the Kicking Shit Podcast. I'm joined here with the usual crew behind the mic. We got D, Chocolate Delight, the woman king. She is dear woman. What's going on back there? To my right, it's the funniest, the talented. It's my boy Jails, a.k.a. Jelly. Put him on the bread till he's fed. Young Picasso, your GD Super, my man James D, Jellyfish, man. What's going on over there, my brother?
What's happening?
To my left, it's my boy, it's my partner, it's my dog, it's Mr. Jukebox Johnny, a.k.a. Crown Daddy, a.k.a. Crown Poppy, or the El Him, or the Poppy, the Avion, Don, the Terramana God, the Malargo Ho, Mr. Still Your Girl, give her right back. She got him to us, Mr.
Daddy, are you on the radio?
What's going on, Johnny, man? How you doing?
You know, I don't even know. I'm all right, though.
On all streaming platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, SoundCloud, YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, and comment. If you're watching this right now, thanks for tuning in to this bonus episode of KSP. I'm going to continue with where we left off, man. Noah Lyles versus Tyreek Hill. I went into the weekend with this question. I prompted this question to a lot of people, man. Overwhelmingly, Tyreek Hill is coming back the victor in this race.
That good for them. I just don't understand why we.
So
I would need people to give me a better reason that the nigga fast on the field.
I don't. That's true. That's not my reason, but that's true. I think I seen. Well, first of all, Tyreek, he got his own YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a lot of his workout videos, his training videos. I watched him on the track, like just. This is part of his training, something he just dabbles in. And so I feel like he has the keys to do it. I think they should do it. I think he should do it. Just
I know
for
Noah
fun.
Lyles will do it.
Hell yeah.
Noah Lyles take that check.
Hell, that's what I'm saying. Get the sponsors
Tyreek
involved.
don't need the money. That nigga the highest paid receiver in the league.
Is he?
I believe he is the highest paid. Or no, Justin Jefferson just passed him.
Okay. Yeah.
He was prior.
But just get the sponsors involved and you know what I'm saying? Set a date. I think it'll be a great event. I think it'll be good for the sport of track to
Definitely.
have that type of event go on, just to, you know,
Yeah.
and it'll shut down the rumors. Like, you know, because if it is an argument, then it'll shut it down. Like,
Yeah, it kind of remind me of when I think Conor McGregor made it seem like he could really beat Floyd Mayweather and people really thought he could. And then they finally got in the ring and that shit was a wash. That's how I feel it's going to be.
but I think in the case of Conor McGregor, I think in the case of Floyd Mayweather, people hate Floyd. People love Floyd and some people hate Floyd. And I think they hate Floyd so much that somebody like Conor, they were looking for things that said, hey, he could win. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't think I was on the bench. I don't really care. But I mean, if one does mixed martial arts and one strictly does boxing, I feel like that's a drastic difference between a football player and a track player. And the only reason I say that is because most of the football guys that I know, they ran track. It was a part of their off-season thing. Like, hey, in the off-season, you go run track. So it's not like this is something they never did. When we talk about Conor McGregor, this is strictly he's a mixed martial arts fighter. As far as I know, he ain't never boxed.
He used to box before.
So when did he box?
He was a amateur boxer. And then he started doing MMA. But,
what's the elements of boxing that I use? And I guess that's another thing. What are the elements of boxing and how often do I use them to win matches?
Yeah.
And then how do you train to box? As opposed to what's the elements of track and field and how do I train to be fast? Is it the same as being a receiver? Are they similar in some type of ways? Like, I'm interested to find out.
Yeah,
but I mean, that's a good
I only
point.
played football 1 year, so I don't really know how
Hold on, time out.
wide receivers.
Who you play football for?
The Redskins, the Rider.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's right. Talk your shit, Johnny.
I ain't know
But
that.
I didn't. Yeah, it was like I didn't like it because they weren't putting me in like a skill positions.
What'd you play?
They had me on line, bro. O-line.
He was
Your
too
big
little
ass.
for us. Nah, he was too little back then, man.
Big ass on the old line.
Yeah, man. I don't know why they had me like
You
that.
had no business on the line. Who
Right.
you play with?
I was on a team with Gerard, but I think what's Gerard's last name from West Charlotte? I forgot his last name, but Gerard was on my squad. But yeah, I played 1 year, and then I just started playing baseball year round. I probably should have stuck it out, maybe gotten a better situation. But the way football was back then, it's like I was too goofy and too corny to play that type of sport the way that they coached it.
Oh,
Like they calling you the F word and shit. We like 11. And they,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they out there. I'm like, I've never heard nothing like that because I had just been playing baseball and a little basketball up to that point.
Is baseball not like that? Or basketball? Are the parents or the coaches not
I
as
had-
hardcore?
I had one basketball coach that used to cuss us out, but baseball wasn't like that
Okay.
for me at least because I played Dorado baseball too, so it was just different atmosphere.
Got you. I want to see it, man. I was surprised. I thought everybody would have said no. I think people just, like you said, I think they just hate Noah. And
Probably.
Tyreek is believable.
Yeah.
Out of everybody in the NFL, Tyreek is the most believable one.
Yeah, probably so. They said that guy from the Chiefs is faster than him now, but we'll have to see.
I think I know who you're talking
Yeah, he
about.
just got drafted.
But the NFL season has started at this point.
Oh yeah, the preseason looked good this week. I was chilling, picking back.
Who you think gonna have a good season?
I think I did predict that the Chiefs would three-peat. But I can see in the AFC the Chiefs look good. The Jets supposed to be good. They got the tools to do it.
That was last year too. They were supposed to be.
Yep. And then gotta go Lamar Jackson. And Miami looked good too. But they fell off last year. They was starting off strong. But I got the Chiefs from the AFC. NFC, I really like the Lions. I wanted to be the Lions.
Okay.
Yeah. San Fran could pull it off. Cowboys would be good if they made a Super Bowl, but I like the Lions. That's who I'm rooting for.
I was driving to work one day and I was thinking, man, I was like, we actually need the Cowboys to win a Super Bowl. Like, the world needs the Cowboys to just get a Super Bowl real quick. Not,
Why you say
I
that?
would say at least go.
yeah, I think,
least go.
I think it's beneficial for us all. Don't get me wrong. First of all, I'm a Panthers fan. We have no chance. And that's probably what sparked that thought. I'm just
We
like,
had a chance.
we don't have a chance.
We had one.
Oh, we had one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
been
not
there.
on had. I'm on what's happening now.
We had 2 good runs. Third
But-
one coming, hopefully.
What year?
I would say
28.
I say it's gonna be at least 4 or 5 years before I got hope again.
I was thinking the Cowboys would benefit everybody by going to the Super Bowl. First of all, if the Cowboys go to the Super Bowl, that's a lit-ass Super Bowl weekend alone. Once that name is entered into the Super Bowl weekend lit. So
Oh,
if
the
you
shit
could
sell
get-
itself at that point.
Yeah, if you could get tickets, great. But if you can't and just make it to anybody's Super Bowl party, that shit gonna be packed. Like, the sentiment with the Super Bowl has been for the past couple years, it hasn't had that same lure that it had post-pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Like, once the pandemic came, 2021, most people don't remember Tom Brady and them won that Super Bowl. It was,
Yeah.
Brady Bunch.
and then the 2022, you got, the Chiefs in 2022?
It was the Rams.
The Rams?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and then 2023 was the Chiefs, right?
Yeah,
that's last year,
that's
yeah.
it. 23 and 4. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm thinking to myself, like, if the Cowboys get back in this, I feel like the Super Bowl gets some life back to it, and then everybody wins. When I say everybody wins, I'm not saying everybody wins as far as, like, the fans. I'm saying everybody wins as far as, like, the Super Bowl being an event. Because win or lose with the Cowboys in the Super Bowl, that's probably one of the biggest Super Bowls of the past maybe 10 years.
Right.
That's, like, who don't want to see the Cowboys win or lose?
Yeah.
If you don't like them, you want to see them lose, and if you love them, you want to see them win. So, to me, a Mahomes and the Chiefs versus Dak and the Cowboys, oh man, that's a great Super Bowl. Like,
that would be a good.
that's a good ass Super Bowl. And
I've never seen a franchise with this many loyal fans.
Yeah, they up there. Them and the
Them,
Lakers.
Man, I thought New York was bad, but no. These niggas take the cake.
nah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because at one point,
fans is just ass.
shit, I feel like certain cities that don't have a football team are in their area, they just show them Cowboy games. Like in the 90s, I think before you had access to NFL TV and stuff.
Oh, God.
I feel like Cowboy games, if you didn't have a team in your area, I felt like they would just put the Cowboys on.
I know here it was the Redskins.
Yeah,
I
we
found
used to
that
get
out.
the
Yeah,
Redskins.
to be the Redskins.
Redskins back in the day.
Is that racist to say? Can you say that?
Some people would say that
Washington
they
football
changed
team.
their name and we need to respect it.
But at that time, if they were Redskins, can we say Redskins?
See, now we getting into yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna say
Washington
yeah.
football team.
I still let the Redskins slip every now and again, and it's about not even on purpose. I just be
That's-
like,
It should be the Washington team, formerly Redskins.
Oh, that's how you properly say that?
Formerly known as.
Yeah, yeah, I know people here got Redskins. I know people in South Carolina, like upstate, got Falcons.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's I don't know about that. I feel like Cowboys is primetime television because to this day you can.
Oh, they
you
still
gonna get
prime
Cowboys
time.
games.
Yeah, Cowboys and anybody that's winning.
Yeah.
Cowboys could be having a bad year and they still will play their games. But you know one thing I can say about them is they really haven't had a bad year in a long time. They always in the hunt.
Yeah, nah, it's been a minute since they had a bad year, like
Yeah.
a deniable year. Like, nah, they ain't
Yeah,
been
you
deniable.
got to go
in a
back
minute.
to like pre Tony Romo before you can say that they had a bad year.
Yeah, man. I did the liberty of pulling up the Atlanta top 50 rappers.
Oh no.
Yeah, Complex made a list. I think I had this on the show
I'm starting to
list.
think something up with Complex in these lists.
I think they just the list makers. At this
Maybe,
point.
but I feel like it's catering to people that's either fuck with them or kind of got like some type of tie to them. Cause remember that list they made, and I think Drewski was number one for the comedians.
Yeah,
I think he
yeah.
I think he got a show or something with them, or he's done something with them in the past.
That makes sense.
This list ain't too bad.
All right,
I'm gonna start with the criteria. So for the criteria for this list, determine the fact: skill as hip hop artists, strength of catalog, the lasting influence and commercial impact of their music.
so this is all time,
This is
current.
this does say top 50 Atlanta rappers of all time.
Okay, then.
Now, though, that's the criteria.
My girl Rashida better be on this shit.
She's not. So I'll start with my first gripe. Saha the Prince shouldn't be 48
Damn, Saha be blanket.
because ability to rap, I feel like should skip you over people.
Was
but
that one of
then-
the criterias?
Yes, it says
Okay.
ability to rap.
I thought Saha was more of a writer.
Ability to rap. Let me see.
He do both.
But you did say catalog.
The lasting influence and
Oh,
catalog.
yeah.
So maybe 48 is right for him. Maybe 48 is right for him.
Because if it's all and, right? Like it's not and or.
Yeah, it's and.
Okay,
Yeah,
so then I feel like the catalog is what puts him down there.
Well, then would Little Nas X be 50? When he be up higher? If
Well,
we-
he don't really have a catalog.
He don't really have a
He got
catalog.
one album.
Got you. All right.
So
moving
I would
up.
put him on anywhere a whole bunch of one-hit wonders is from Atlanta. I would probably have him at the top of that list.
I'll put
I
him
gotta
at
move K
51.
Camp higher. 45.
Who is that?
K-Camp.
You're not gonna know all these people.
K Camp.
Yeah, K.
Ain't nothing to cut that bitch off. That nigga. That
I mean-
shit was hard.
I mean, you're a good gauge of relevancy, so I guess maybe he is placed right. Because
That
I
one-
K Camp drop every year.
He do.
Like he drop good music every year. I like his shit.
Oh,
So
that's all I know. then.
Yeah, Spin the Block still on my.
yeah, Spin the Block is great. He
Hold on,
dropped
is that the
uh,
Spin About You song? Or that's a
Yeah.
girl?
No. Oh, they got a little
Spin
scrappy
about
at 44. I feel like that's right. B.O.B.
that's Drake, that's
should
Drake.
B.O.B. at 43. He should be higher,
Where
but
the hell he been at? That was my guy.
I don't know if he's still active. OJ the Juice Man at 42.
Aye.
Roscoe Dash at 41. I'm skipping some of these. Sean Paul of the Youngbloods at 40.
That's what's up. That shit throwing me back now.
Let's see.
Where my nigga Usher at?
Rich Homie Quan at 37.
Rich homie.
I can
Rich
see
Homie-
that.
Rich Homie Quan 37.
baby.
Rich Homie Quan never really like I feel like Young Thug stole Rich Homie Quan Sean. Like Young Thug is what
Yeah.
Rich Homie Quan should have been. They got Fabo on here. I think Fabo should have been 50. There is no catalog with Fabo. Diamond. I feel like Diamond should be down in the 40s. There's no catalog
Definitely.
there. Bankroll Fresh. I agree with 34 for Bankroll. Childish Gambino 33.
Wow, 33. He should be higher
Ooh, excuse me. They
or
wild.
closer to 1.
Who is that? That nigga look like.
So we got Big Gilt 32.
Oh, okay.
Big Gilt don't have a catalog. I feel like you can put him down in the 40s.
I
Maybe
don't
they
think he
including
has
his
catalog.
his stuff he did with the
Now
mob.
Pastor Troy should be higher.
Definitely in
so.
Atlanta.
30. They got him at 30.
That's
He
top. He top 15.
I would give him top 20.
All right.
Yeah, top 20.
We'll do that. We can
Young
do that.
Joe is at
Hey,
29.
Dro. I like that spot for Dro.
Yeah, I like that spot for Joe. Soldier Boy. Yeah, should Soldier Boy be higher?
Oh, the Soldier Boy out here arguing. that he
Every
should be
catalog
high.
hits, lyrical ability,
Abilities
no,
is
but
only-
everything
yeah.
else. That nigga been in the game 20 plus years.
Yeah, Jid, I don't know yet. Lotto, I don't know yet.
You can't
I'ma
tell
keep
him
him
he
in
ain't did
mind.
nothing first.
Yachty, I don't know yet.
Yachty higher than Soldier.
Yeah.
Now Soldier about to be mad at these niggas. He about to go on a 2-hour rant.
Lil Yachty.
Waka
Waka
Flocka Tang.
Flocka.
Shawty Low should be lower. I understand, like,
Yeah,
I know
can
what
see
he
that
means to
influence
Atlanta.
means a lot.
but that
And I guess
criteria.
I guess if I had to make a criteria, influence would be major for me.
Well, then if it's influence is in the criteria. So
Yeah.
I guess 22 is good. All right, the top 20. Gunna.
All right now.
The boy
Take
got
off.
Goddamn Weight Watchers.
Okay.
Take off.
Take off.
That shit's called prison, not Weight Watchers. Now, see, Little John is somebody I don't feel should be in there at all.
Why Lil Jon?
Not a rapper.
I thought he was
Not a
producer.
rapper. Jermaine Dupri, too. Not a rapper.
Definitely not. I mean, he rapped on a few songs, but that's not what we love him for.
Why CeeLo on there?
CeeLo Green is a
well,
rapper.
yeah.
CeeLo,
Dungeon
nice.
Family.
I'm okay with CeeLo's place.
Shout out Dungeon Family.
Quavo, 15.
I would.
Quavo has the most influence of the Migos.
Yeah, true.
But
true.
he's not the highest ranked Migos because you got Killer Mike at 14, which I don't agree with. I think Killer Mike is top 10. And then Offset at 13.
Goddamn, set a rider beat though, man. Set that nigga.
Set around a beat, but he don't have more influence than Quavo.
Definitely don't. So
And-
I don't know what the criteria is weighted though. Like what's weighted?
I feel
more?
like it's weighted based on the
I think
artist, honestly, is what it sounded like.
I think
Yeah.
2 out of 3 though. Let's say because a lot of these cats got lyrical ability, but they might not have influence in catalog. And if we
True.
think about the Migos alone, their catalog is and their influence is big.
It is interesting that
I would say
split
they
them
touch
up.
all of them. Maybe not Quavo, but Takeoff and Offset definitely touch all of them. I don't really like Quavo's rapping ability.
I think they split them up maybe because of rapid ability. Maybe,
And they all
but
do have solo projects, but you're right. The catalog is the Migos catalog.
the
means
Migos
a
is the
lot.
catalog, yeah.
Playboy Cardi,
But
that-
maybe each one's influence is different than the other. Maybe the Takeoff influence is different than the Quavo influence that's different than the Offset influence.
Yeah.
Especially since they split. Playboy Cardi is way more popular than I know. I know a lot of people fuck with him. I know a lot of people give him homage and shit like that. So
Really?
I don't really know if his place should be here. I know he's featured on like a lot of Travis Scott shit, a lot of relevant shit, and then a lot of people like Travis Scott and I can't think off the top of my head. Other rappers give Playboy Cardi a lot of nod, like, yo, Playboy Cardi was doing this. And I remember he had a time in music where, like, he was the wave. Like, I didn't know he was birthing a lot of these new sounds.
Oh, okay.
So, Playboy
Iggy
Cardi...
Azalea said that nigga ain't in his son's life, so he need to go out there and be a good father.
Well, they ain't got
Fuck
nothing-
being an influence in Atlanta, sir.
Say
We
he
got,
just want to play games with Uzi all day.
21 Savage. I would put 21 Savage in the top 10.
Me too.
And I'm not
top 10.
looking at lyrical ability when that comes to
That little baby at 10.
Lil
I like
Baby at
that.
10.
Though.
Over 21?
I gotta see who above him.
2 Chainz at 9.
I
Okay,
agree with that.
I gotta see who above him.
Big Boy. And now, see, this is where this list gets real correct for me. See, Complex don't never really get it right.
Yeah.
But I feel like on this top 10, that's where they started to get it right. You got Big Boy at 8.
Yep.
You got Ludacris at 7.
Facts.
You got Young Thug at 6.
My nigga Thug, man, I miss my boy. Bring him back.
You got Jeezy at 5. This is the only placement I'm arguing. Jeezy at 5.
Okay.
So you already know who at 4.
Tip, right?
No.
Gucci.
Yes.
Okay.
Gucci, man.
I didn't even think about Gucci, but okay.
T.I. at 3.
Uh-huh. Future gotta be 2.
Future is 2.
Uh-huh. And then
Andre
Andre.
3000 is 1.
I get it.
I would put Future number 1.
That top 10 is good.
That top 10 is arguably.
I was about to be mad at Lil Baby saying he should be higher, but not really. That's
No.
good for him. Only thing I would argue, maybe him and Chain switch, but that's it.
Definitely got to keep Chainz in. Chris. It's like really nobody I would kick out of here. I know I said Killer. Like, Lil Baby, this is a tough top
Yeah.
10 because you want to keep 21 Savage and 11. I probably would move Playboy Cardi back, add Offset and Killer Mike down.
Yeah,
and
I
then
don't
move
really know.
Playboy
I'm not
to
familiar
14.
with Playboy.
I'm familiar with his influence, just not familiar with his music. But they did a good job on this
Yeah,
list,
that top
man.
10 might have been my top 10.
Yeah, this a tough. This
Not
a tough
in that
one.
order, but definitely would have been the same folks.
Yeah, I don't know. If I had to order these, Future 1, maybe Jeezy 2, Gucci 3.
Yeah. And sometimes, I mean, Andre 3000 really does speak for itself, but
Yeah.
like, I think sometimes he does get the Jay-Z treatment where people just feel like they have to put him at number one, so they don't even argue it.
I don't like I don't mind him being number one, but influence got to be something they looked at. Rapping ability got to be something they look at. But like we talked about with the Migos, how do you look at catalog?
Yeah.
Because his one and only solo album is an Outkast album, but his disc 1 was the most popular
Right.
disc from that album. It's from Speakerboxxx Love Below. So it's like that album went Diamond? I think that album
they
went
went
crazy.
diamond. They won. They was. I think they the only rap group. I might be wrong, but I think they the only rap group to win best album.
Sheesh.
So we don't really know what Andre 3000 standing alone would do. But that's why I don't really like placing him one. I'd rather place Future one. We know what Future's influence. We know what he could do.
Yeah.
And then Jeezy.
When it comes to
and
influence, you can go up that list and say Future. All influenced by Future.
Yes.
Especially that 10 to 20 range. Most of them is Future clones. Besides Killer Mike.
I think the Gucci and Jeezy clones are going from the game.
Yeah, I don't even know
They've
who a
came and went.
Gucci and Jeezy clone. Yeah, most of them.
I know they all give Gucci like
I'd
props.
say Rich Homie might be a clone of them.
Yeah, because that was
Yeah.
But
yeah, like the Jocks and
yep, that was that era.
yeah.
Shawty Low was that era.
Right. They was up towards the 50 range.
Keeping it in music, man. Tank said that he would take he would take Chris Brown over Michael Jackson. I'm gonna see if I can find the post real quick.
Again, here we go. It's one of those things where he thinking for himself, but a lot of people gonna just say, how dare you?
Let me see if I can find the post.
Just like with Andre 3000, it's like, how dare you not put him at one? Jay-Z, how dare you not say he the best rapper ever?
I think he said something like vocal ability.
Really?
Something
Chris
about
Brown
right.
can't sing, though. It is hard to compare them, but when you hear Michael Jackson, you like, okay. Like, sometimes Michael got to remind you.
He has a unique sound. Michael Jackson is Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So, but people liking Chris Brown doesn't take away that it's Michael Jackson. But Chris Brown got a fucking a catalog.
He got a hell of a catalog.
Do you know how to find that tweet he put out? He put out like a tweet. I don't know his name on Twitter.
yeah,
He put out like a
sometimes-
tweet and he said why Chris Brown. I don't want to leave that out. I think it's important why he said what he said. He didn't just say it like, yeah, I'm taking Chris Brown over Michael.
But if you're talking influence,
He gave reasons.
there's no comparison.
That's interesting though that he would. I mean, do you know why he?
I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, I want to hear his criteria on that.
have the
one.
conversation.
'Cause Mike, man, Chris Brown too, but like early days, Mike when he first went solo, them first 3 solo albums was crazy.
Crazy.
Oh yeah,
Like no skips in any of them really.
Man,
Then
Mike-
after that, he started to. He still was talented, but it wasn't like those first 3. It's just hard to repeat success like that.
Mike was making so much money. This nigga was buying shit.
That nigga had a zoo. First nigga with a zoo. What
This
soldier?
nigga was the most. Yeah, soldier. You need to take care of no
Him and
giraffe.
Ali. Nah, I don't think Ali had no animals.
Alright,
Mike
it
Tyson
says-
definitely did though.
Definitely.
Mike
That's
Tyson had
Tycho.
pigeons and tigers. Nigga, what a combo.
He said
Pigeons
Chris
and
Brown
tigers.
is in fact better than Michael Jackson. Let's see. Hold on.
I think I
Nigga,
found
they
it.
still
find
can't
it?
explain that halftime show. Michael
All right,
Jackson
here it is.
popped up on
Shit,
that.
I just sent it to you.
He said vocal ability, Chris Brown.
Yeah.
Writing ability, Chris Brown.
No.
Producing ability, Chris Brown. Dancing ability, Chris Brown. He said, I know you're going to say MJ's catalog is crazy, songs are classic, etc. But that was because a lot of great people were involved who were some of the greatest at what they do.
That's a
Chris
good
Brown
point.
orchestrates his own movement from studio to visual to show. No handouts, no sponsors, and all while the world was against him, I'm ready to argue. That was his...
He got some good points in there. Chris Brown really got a lot of more control over his vision. I don't know. Mike did too, but Mike was more like he would tell people what he wanted, and then they would kind of make it happen for him.
What's your favorite Chris Brown song?
Hold on. Vocal ability. I can't get at the Chris Brown.
I mean, it's hard for me to do it too, but I'm not mad at Tank for saying it because Chris Brown got some range.
Somebody brought up trying to sing "Lady in My Life." They said Chris Brown should try to sing "Lady in My Life." They said that's one of the vocal performances from Michael Jackson that was just like great. Writing ability, I guess we can give it to Chris Brown because him and Quincy Jones wrote most of that shit.
Yeah, like that's what I was saying. Like after Quincy kind of removed himself from the equation, that's when the music kind of, to me, faded for Michael.
But I can't agree with production ability.
Yeah,
Like-
it's hard because producing has so much to do with just more than making a beat.
Yeah. Because Michael was involved in the production as well. Like if
Right.
he didn't like a drum, if he didn't like a snare, if he didn't like a guitar, he would, hey, Quincy, change that.
he
Go an
he might
octave
not
up.
have been on the keys, but he was definitely there in the process.
And I remember when you bought Michael Jackson Thriller.
It was like the 25th edition or
anniversary.
something like that. That shit was hard.
When you get to the extra tracks,
Yeah.
the skins before they added everything in, you can hear him telling them like, go up, no, I don't like that, and then like,
Take it down for me, Quincy.
yeah, you can hear everything. So I can't give it to Chris Brown. And then if Chris Brown is producing that, why does it all sound the same? That's
Yeah.
my biggest gripe with Chris Brown. Like I think a lot of that shit he make just sound the same.
And I think he puts out way too much music.
Man, y'all sleeping
Yeah.
on my boy Chris,
Yeah.
man.
I don't think that
Now we
his
sleeping on him.
music sounds the same. I will not say that.
I agree.
The musical ear, I hear the difference in the beats. I hear the difference in the range. Even when he tries to get to points where he's not the best at, Beyonce does that shit all the time, and we don't shit on her for it. So
Whoa.
I think
All right, now.
no,
That's not the argument. So I'm not
it's
gonna.
not.
I'm not gonna
It's
sit
not.
on there.
But,
But-
I think they both, Chris Brown and Michael Jackson, they should be respected in their own right. And I think what Tank was really trying to highlight is, of our time, you cannot shit on Chris Brown. You just can't. I think you're trying to compare Michael Jackson from a totally different time. Yes, he has an amazing catalog. Yes, he has range. Yes, he has all this stuff.
That nigga.
He got hits for
And
days.
white
We
guy.
know that. Internationally known, sold out stadiums. Yes.
Different
But
era,
of
though.
this time, right, it's just a different era. So of this time, Chris Brown is one of the artists that we have to kind of big up and speak to.
I'm gonna play 10 songs.
But do we have to shit on
Not
somebody to?
I'm gonna play 10 songs.
No, you don't. You
5
shouldn't.
seconds. 5 seconds. 10 songs, and you tell me if they sound different.
All right, here we go. This Chris Breezy. That's my shit. When it's 11, all of these
Hell no, that's my shit.
Yeah, this album was real.
I'm going through this album because this is the album that made me say it.
I don't hear nothing sound like Sensation.
Hold on. We gonna get there.
Sensational.
Same vibe. This sounds like number one.
Breezy, this shit bigger than you two. All we know is that bad bitches dress.
I gotta go back and run this shit back. I love
I'm
this
not
album.
saying
No.
this is bad.
Now that song that you played did sound like Sensational. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few of those on here.
What if we go for? I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying on this album, or maybe that was the theme.
All right, let's go. Find another one.
I can't find you one. I'm just trying to, you know.
Oh no, I'm just saying like you're gonna hear the same.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same structure. It's the same. That's the same structure with the song. There is no. It doesn't evolve. It's a pocket. It works, and you do it, and you do it great. When you do something great, you don't have to change it. But it don't sound no different than anything else. But with Michael Jackson, I feel like Off the Wall and Thriller do resemble, but they don't sound like Bad. You know what I'm saying? And Bad don't sound like Dangerous.
Right.
And Dangerous don't sound like, you see what I'm saying? They all, some artists try to do something different. Not saying it's always gonna work. Not saying everybody gonna like it. But I just feel like just because he don't try to do nothing different don't make him less of an artist. When an artist that takes a chance to do something different, I give him points for that. Cause you never know how that'll work out for you.
Yeah.
But you sometimes should try to do something different.
How far apart were the Michael Jackson albums too? That's why I was saying maybe Chris make too much music.
Oh, they were years apart.
But even the time that Chris was not dropping music, he was featured on music.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm just saying that based off of maybe he needs more time in between albums to develop a new sound. But when you kind of going year by year by year, it might all start to sound the same. But with Mike, let's say he took 5 years off, he's got a different sound now within that 5-year frame.
You're right. Let's see. We got 79 Off the Wall, 82 Thriller, Bad was
3 years ain't
87,
bad. That's
Dangerous
a
was
pretty big jump.
91.
So you're doing about every 3-4 year albums.
That's how it was back then.
Yeah.
Times
It wasn't
have,
as easy to make music too.
times have changed, and they had to go through a lot of channels before you could put it out. A lot of
Right.
times these guys might put something out just to put something out without the label even knowing they put
Well,
it
that's
out.
what I was just saying that because, like, what if we compare Chris Brown's sound today to his sound in 2019? Then will we see some differences?
It is a difference.
What came out in 2019? I'm trying to remember what came out in
I don't know.
2019.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe instead of we doing a comparing, because he put out so much music, it could all start to just blend together because we kind of growing with him. But when you put out an album, wait 3 or 4 years, now you become a new artist. You've seen different parts of the world. So maybe your sound will change.
I would say from that time point, yeah, I would say I see what you're saying. Like it's a blur, so it's all
Yeah.
blending together. But to me, I mean, once you get into these last 5 years, I just go for these last 5 years. They all kind of sound the same to me. I don't hear anything different. I don't hear him trying to, you know what I'm saying, do anything different. I know he has done things different.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up on Mike, so I'm always going to say it's going to be Michael. I didn't grow up on him, but he was kind of thrown into my face as a child.
I don't think they should have been compared at all.
Well, that's the
I
world
just felt
we
like they
live
were
in.
two different people that do two different things. I don't know why Tank was comparing to both of them.
That's the world we
I
live
think
in.
he was comparing it in the facts of who do we have in this era, in this generation.
We got. We got a Chris Brown in our generation.
Who,
And
Usher?
No, I'm just saying Chris Brown would be Chris Brown, and Michael Jackson is Michael Jackson. I don't think there is a comparison there. I don't think there's a like. I'm not saying he's the Michael Jackson of our generation. I'm saying Chris Brown is Chris Brown. We never seen Chris Brown. This is our first time ever being introduced to a Chris Brown. He's not a carbon copy of anybody. He's just him. And he's dope alone. He don't have to be compared to Michael Jackson because Michael Jackson was just Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
That was it. We had never seen it, and we won't see it again. I don't even think Usher should be compared to Michael Jackson. You know?
Yeah.
They
Maybe it's
compare
just the
Prince
era.
and
It's,
Michael
like,
Jackson
it's like an
forever.
era thing, you know? It's just like we do in sports. Like, who was the best quarterback at this time compared him to the best quarterback at that time? And now we arguing over who was better between the two.
Nah, you're right. No, you're definitely right.
It's crazy out here.
You're right.
I think that's all I really had, man, on this list. Besides the porn star scene, man. But I'm going to answer this porn star scene question.
All right, here we go. Yeah, I know who I would pick for a porn star.
I'm going to really answer this question. Let me see. I'm
right.
picking Maya G.
Okay.
I want to do school scene.
Oh, you got the
College
whole,
professor.
You got the whole thing planned
College
out.
professor. I think I would last 40 minutes.
Damn it, Maya.
I'm jacking off before.
Oh, might want to jack off 3 times that day.
Yes.
Just got there and drink a lot of Kool-Aid and energy drink. Get your sugar levels right, nigga.
Answer that second
trying to
question.
bust a
I'm
nut.
with Johnny. It'd take me a whole day to
Right.
and so if I
Oh,
don't get
God.
the scene done, we got to come back
I
tomorrow.
don't know what got into women these days, man. They be wanting to go multiple times. It's like we live the same 9 to 5 life. Why you got
No,
energy
bro.
and I don't?
I think we didn't realize women were horny back then.
Maybe,
Or they got hornier as we got older.
probably that. That
Second wind.
the women's liberation movement and feminist movement.
Do you remember when it was taboo to suck a dick?
Yeah, I remember. We also were very young at that time. I don't know what the old women was probably out here giving some sloppy.
Nah, do you remember like in TV it was like a thing. It was like, no, who does that?
Yeah. Because I remember what's that movie Booty Call, and they
Yeah.
was acting like oral sex was a big thing.
It really was.
Like girl.
But nowadays it's like that's common. It's like
It's like I expect some head within 5 hours of meeting you.
Damn.
I'm
yeah, I
just
mean,
joking.
yeah, I'm just yeah.
Joking, but
That's how our
5
world has
hours.
changed. Our
Give you a
world has
little
changed,
part-time
man.
shift.
Like I don't know what's wrong with our world, man.
Well,
We do come from a wholesome time that they told us wasn't wholesome.
yeah.
What
That's
time
a
is that?
whole nother story. That's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, the stuff
When we were young, I think we had
a lot of shame in those times, man.
Yeah, you can't shame people no more.
Yeah.
I think shame is good.
For some parts, but I'm kind of glad people not shaming for giving head
Nah,
no
we
more.
need
Now
that shame.
we all happily getting topped off.
You know what shame is done, like kept you out of, like things you won't do so you won't get shamed for them. I think shame is good. I don't like where we headed with the no accountability, no shame. Like you could just do what you want. Nobody can say something to you, and if they do, then they the bad guy. Like no,
That's true, man. You gotta let people live their life, man.
I think some shit.
That's why I listened to that was a Candace Owens and Ray J interview of
I
all
tried to
people.
watch that at work.
But it's just like, damn. I was like, Candace made some decent points, but really she just was kind of embarrassing that the trans woman, and the trans woman was legit trans woman. Like she was saying, she's like, I am not born a woman. I cannot make a child. I go by a trans woman. And then Candace kept pushing her. It was like, but you're not a woman, are you? And she's like, I'm not saying I am. I'm saying I'm a trans woman. So it was just, but it was decent. Her and Candace were good. Ray J, I don't know why he was there. I guess just to sell the show. Because
Did he have any good questions? That's what I was trying to watch it for.
It was
I was trying to watch it to see if Ray J had good questions.
She was like, Candace asked Ray J, do you think she's a woman? And Ray J was like, I mean, I know a few homies
That's crazy.
with Smash.
I'm done. That's when he should have just left. Because ain't
kept it
nobody
all the way
ask you
real.
that shit.
That's why I was looking at the comments. People was like, well, what is he talking about? When she asked her, was she a woman? That nigga was like, I mean, I know a few homies that seen her on set, and when we was in the house all together, you know, people got so comfortable they was sleeping in bed with girls. So I was like, what is this nigga trying to? I knew what he was trying to say.
He was skating around answering the question.
Yeah, I knew he was trying to say, like, no, I don't think that's a woman, but I know some niggas that still fuck it.
Nah, he was trying to cover up that gay shit he said.
Did you get a chance to catch the Umar interview with Yachty?
I started it yesterday, and then I ended up doing something else, but it was getting good. He had some bangers on there, the one-liners.
And I will say, Yachty did a good job. The producers did a good job at fact checking.
Yeah.
Every time he says something, they put the facts on the screen.
Yeah, I like when they was putting the clips and stuff in there.
The clips. I was pausing to read when they was like, because I didn't know they pulled if he had a degree, and I'm like, damn, does he really have a degree?
Yeah, a lot of people question his degrees, his education and stuff.
Did he have one?
Yeah, he got.
Okay.
I think he got a few.
That's what's up.
The
I
nigga
think-
really is a doctor.
Yeah, PhD. I think the most interesting thing that stuck with me, what he said was, you shouldn't whip your children, but you should whip them. He's like, the only time you should whip your children if they do something that's going to get them physically hurt or killed. And he said, he gave some examples. He said, yes, because I like the way his ideas on children. Like he was talking about like not using reading and writing as punishment. I was like, damn, I ain't never think about that because
Yeah, I got that far.
he also talked about what else he talk about? When he's talking about whooping the kids, he was like, you know, if your son don't do his homework, then you know, send him to bed early, make him do his homework, send him to bed early. No need to whoop him. He's like, but if your son goes outside and you know what I'm saying, he lights the trash can on fire and about burn the house down, you could have hurt yourself. You could have killed everybody in this house. Then you should give him a whooping. I just thought that was interesting. He said the men shouldn't whoop their daughters, but let the moms do it. And then he gave an example of that. He was like, if your daughter she come home late from curfew, you know, just, you know, you ground it. But if you find out she's having unprotected sex, you give her to a mom and you let the mom do the whooping because she's putting her life at danger because she could have a baby, she could get an STD. I was just like, yo, I ain't never really thought about that shit like that, man.
I have a hard time with whoopings, giving out a whooping.
They're not easy to give.
Yeah, and then I'm always in my head, so kind of like what he's talking about. I'm like, all right, what kind of behavior is this going to turn into later in life? Like, what trauma am I causing? Because if I'm hitting you, it's mostly out of anger, probably, because I'm mad at something that you did, right?
No, it's honest. I think every parent has that day.
Yeah.
Like, all right, you got this whooping because I was angry and I am sorry.
Right, because if I'm not angry, then I'm more controlled on how I feel. Even if I've told you to do something 4 or 5 times, as long as I'm controlled, I'm not going to put my hands on you.
Which also all these conversations about whoopings have led me to think about every whooping I got growing up, and was it warranted or was it not warranted? Was it right or was it wrong? And all the ways my mom tried to administer discipline.
It was right.
And oh no. What I came up with was like this was her style of doing things, but then it always changed. Like punishment for me always changed. It was like when I was real young, it was whoopings. When I got like 8, 9, 10, 11, they slowed down and turned into like writing assignments.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like writing, so but that's what I'm saying. Like it caused me to look at how my mom parented. Because also when I became a parent, I had a hard time whooping my child. It's hard to do. It ain't easy, and then you feel an emotional. After you do it, you feel bad. You feel really, really bad. So I was just trying to think in my head like. She really did mean it when she said she didn't want to do it.
She probably did.
You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it.
They come from a different time though.
But yeah, if y'all get a chance, man, check out that Yachty interview. If y'all get a chance, go see Alien Romulus. That shit was good.
Oh yeah, I might check
Shit
it
was
out
good.
tomorrow, man. I got some cleaning up to do, but I'll see.
That shit was good.
How
man.
did you watch it?
I went to the theater. Checked it out.
Dang.
Yeah,
You bought a ticket?
Yeah, why you surprised?
I'm just surprised he bought a ticket.
Say it was the 11th biggest opening in August.
Yeah.
It
Damn,
was
it was like that?
It was the first movie to get more than
I do have a
Deadpool.
question before you end it. Like, did they bring it back home? Like, did they answer any questions? Because they say with this one, it's supposed to be, well, the real question I got is where does it take place? That's the real question. Is it before or after the events of the 90s?
So I sent that thing to the group today. This one takes place before Alien 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope.
But I'm trying to watch it in that order now.
So you went back all the movies.
Like I'm watching Alien 1 now, but I'm about to go back and watch AVP because apparently this shit starts with AVP.
Alien vs. Predator?
That's what I was trying to figure out when you sent that list, because it's like I thought, how is the alien around? How is that around in Alien vs. Predators if that's the beginning?
Well, the Predator's been around since the beginning of time.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I got to go back and watch.
Because I thought the aliens were kind of like the ones that were fighting. I thought they was like created, kind of.
See, and that's the thing. When you watch Alien, Wayland's group was trying to create some shit.
Not the nigga Waylon.
So that's why I'm going back to. I don't have all the answers, but I guarantee you by the time, give me like 2 weeks, I'll have the answers.
You know Waylon was Smithers' name from The Simpsons.
Oh yeah.
A word.
His first name was Waylon.
Yeah, it was. It was Wayland, man. All right. Anyway, man, all streaming platforms: Apple, Spotify, iHeart, SoundCloud, YouTube. Final thoughts.
I do remember what the black guy's name from The Leftovers is. It's Holy Wayne. I don't know if we talked about it on the show.
Oh, okay, yeah. We was talking
Holy
about it
Wayne was the
before.
cult leader. Oh, okay.
Holy Wayne.
But nah, y'all do what y'all gotta do. Live y'all life. You heard me?
All right, man. Listen, man. I want you guys out there to love life you live, man. The people in it. Find the positive in every situation. Live in the moment because this life is not forever. I'm your boy, Jumpman Jones. I'm signing off for D. I'm signing off for Johnny. I'm signing off for James, man. Y'all have a good week. We see y'all on the next one. Peace.
That's what's up.
Shit. Daddy, are you on the radio?